Okay.
Okay.
Is this even
Today,
on?
okay,
This
you
ain't
can leave
on.
this. No, it's on. It's still on. Okay.
Okay.
Today I'm here with what's your name?
Catalina.
Okay, Catalina. Catalina, how old are you?
I'm 32. I'm 32.
32. Okay. Catalina, are you originally from Tennessee?
No, I'm originally born in New York,
Uh-huh.
adopted as a young baby.
Uh-huh.
I live in Maine, have Maine birth certificate
Mhm.
because I was adopted.
Okay.
And I moved to East Tennessee
Mm-hmm.
about almost 15 years ago when I
Mm-hmm.
was 19 to go be with my elderly grandfather
Mm-hmm.
who moved here on, retirement so he could be
Mm-hmm.
close to his brother.
Mm-hmm.
God rest his brother's soul who's up in heaven now.
Okay.
And I have seen nothing but pain,
Mm-hmm.
the streets, homelessness due to being thrown out, even though I was paying my mother rent. She kept my check
Mm-hmm.
for I'm mentally disabled. I have
Mm-hmm.
high functioning autism.
Mm-hmm.
I have ADHD, multiple personality, anxiety, depression, homicidal, suicidal tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a high functioning autistic
Okay. Okay. That's
as
good
well.
to know. Uh-huh.
And it's very hard out here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna ask you some question about your the experience out there. Okay, Catalina, what's your current situation right now?
My current situation is I'm surrounded and engulfed in the darkness where the monsters of my story
Mm-hmm.
are men
Mm-hmm.
and just a little bit of women who help lead other women like me
Mm-hmm.
astray into being suffocated
Mm-hmm.
by neglect, abuse,
Mm-hmm.
all forms of abuse,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically, emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
and even sexually.
Mm-hmm.
Against our will, we're forced to work
Mm-hmm.
and give out our bodies. There's no escape.
Okay.
There's no freedom. And I thought Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery way
Mm-hmm.
back when we won the Civil War, as
Mm-hmm.
in we, I mean us Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
against the South.
Okay.
Little did I know that the battle is continuing.
Mm-hmm.
First, it was with the colors,
Yes.
and now it's with gender.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
gender of the gender and the age. Young children, no matter the gender,
Mm-hmm.
are subject to what I'm subjected to every day out
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's
Neglect,
good.
abuse, starvation,
Mm-hmm.
trauma,
Yeah.
abandonment, neglect, insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
There's nowhere safe for me to sleep without me waking up with a man on top of
Okay.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way to make money because they stole my identification paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
and I have an anger issues,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't go for help
Mm-hmm.
to these other places that help the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville's homeless
Mm-hmm.
community association, all they care about is the male homeless.
Mm-hmm.
What about the women? People's little girls, people's mothers, people's aunties, daughters,
Mm-hmm.
grandmothers,
Mm-hmm.
mothers. What about the women? I know we fight, we argue, and we messed it up,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't have to do with me. I didn't mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
Or why can't we turn the other cheek like God said? And why can't Nashville keep it real like they said on News Channel 2 a month before they made it a crime to be homeless?
Mm-hmm.
They said this: Nashville cares for its homeless. How does Nashville care for its homeless when the law enforcement not only sexually abuse
Mm-hmm.
us hookers out here? I don't care what you call it, a lady of the night, a hooker, a prostitute, a hoe,
Mm-hmm.
a harlot, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a scarlet letter by force,
Mm-hmm.
not by choice,
Okay.
by environment, not by free will.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to eat?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to help me when I walk up to them unless I suck a dick.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to take care of myself if no organization is going to help me and it's illegal to live?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ was homeless. So my question to Nashville is this: how do you care for your homeless? Y'all are just like Julius Caesar and, and Pilate
Mm-hmm.
in the Roman Empire and the Jews who hated God for they hated his son when they hung him on the cross. Jesus Christ and the 12 disciples had nothing but the clothing on their back and the shoes on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And they were disciples of men.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my question is to you, Nashville, Are you going to be like those who persecuted, prosecuted, condemned, rejected, and abused Jesus Christ and his followers? Are you going to be true fishers of men and quit it with the blasphemy slander
Yeah, that's good.
of the written word of God?
Yeah, that's a good story, good speech. I like that. Okay, do you have family?
I have no family here.
Okay.
They're in East Tennessee. I got stuck here when rehab left me here. I'm stranded,
Okay.
without home, without food, most of the days without water, and without safety or protection. I am subjected to the elements, to the rape, to the predators, to the will of Nashville and its enforcement, who force girls to suck their dicks so they go to jail. That ain't right. Because they actually get in an unmarked car.
Okay.
I got beaten awake by police with batons, kicked awake by law enforcement for being underneath one of these awnings when it was storming this past winter with sleet, ice, and rain, and sub-zero winds. And just because it was 1 degree above the degree that they had the Old Hickory Pike cold weather shelter, the emergency one, they weren't open because it was 1 degree above the allotted temperature for us to be able to go inside. That's not right. My body is cracked, blistered, dried out, broken bones, bruises, cuts, burns, lacerations, dehydration, malnourishment, and swelling from water retention. From being on my feet, walking, just begging and crying out to anybody who will hear me and who will help. And you know what? Y'all turned a deaf ear. But this man here, he heard what God says do.
Yeah.
To love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul, and to love your neighbor as love yourself. Those are the greatest of the 2 commandments.
That's a good story. I like that.
Guess what? God's got blessings and rewards for him. But like my father said, reap what you sow. Be careful because your tongue is a two-edged sword. Do you want to speak life or do you want to speak death upon another human being? For the tongue can bring life and the tongue can destroy nations. Me, I want to speak life. Us women, we need help and not judgmental kind. We need help without the sexual harassment or assaults or the circumstantial type shit. We need it unconditional without condition. We need someone to look at us and be like, oh, wow. To honor thy mother and thy father means thy means the. It means the mother and father. It doesn't say just your mommy and daddy. It says the. The is a title of a position of what somebody has. I am a mother. I am the mother.
Okay, you have kids,
you honor
right?
me like I honor you. As in your mother. I would honor your mother because I have a mom. I would honor your father because I have a father. I would honor your family member because I have someone of the same role and title to me dear to my heart. We're supposed to respect, protect, not neglect, reject, and destroy. We're supposed to bring life, love, and happiness, not condemnation, fear, and pain.
Okay. Do you have siblings, right? Brothers, sisters?
I have several, but I really don't like talking about my family, especially my kids. I don't want to cry right now, mister. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, let's not ask question about kids. You already know you have kids.
A couple days ago, May 4th, was the anniversary of my 5-year-old dying when she was 4. She would have been 5. I apologize. I'm having a hard time because this year she would have been 9. It's been 5 years ago. She would have been almost 10 years old. May 4th, my daughter died in a car wreck.
Wow.
I was there without her.
Yeah, that's.
I was in prison. I wasn't told. Found out 2 years after she was dead that she was even gone. I was on the streets then too. I didn't do drugs until they took my kids. Tennessee government is corrupt.
Okay, yeah.
They don't care. I'd rather move to a different country because at least they care. This man from what, Africa?
No, I'm from Haiti.
Haiti?
Yeah.
Haiti. He's from Haiti and he cares more about the American people than the U.S. government or anybody in America. His heart is big. And his heart is courageous.
Yeah, thank you.
And he is a man after God's word or Allah's word.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And works.
Yeah.
Why can't y'all follow suit? A true king or queen leads by example. A true shepherd shows the way. It doesn't follow like a sheep. So which are you? Can I ask? Are you a sheep or a shepherd? Because I know I don't want to be a sheep and follow somebody off of a cliff into an ocean of water and die. I want to follow the light, the way and the truth. I want to follow the great shepherd.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm tired of being out here begging for help and it falling on deaf ears because my God counts all my tears I cry, hears all my problems. And he's a wrathful God. For those who come against me shall reap what they sow sevenfold.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me, how was your childhood? Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay,
it was rough. I've been knowing sexual trauma since I was 5 years old, anally and vaginally. I hate it. It's like I've been a sexual slave since I was a little Mija.
Okay.
I hate sexual touching. I hate being touched now because of all the sexual assault. And all the other women out here who are subjected to the same can say is this: welcome to Murfreesboro Road. Welcome to the life that you chose to live. I didn't choose to live this life. I used to be a children's pastor. I used to lead people to God, and now I'm a whore like Mary Magdalene. I need to get back to being a disciple, like, real fast.
Okay. Tell me, graduating school, before school, tell me about it.
I went to college.
Okay, college.
I went to college and studied psychology, the written word, and even for a while there, paralegal. So I do know some of Tennessee's laws and legislatures and stuff that they're doing as blasphemous on news channels, airing it out. That's false advertising how Nashville as a whole is. The whole world via satellite telecommunications. Bouncing it from satellite to satellite back down to earth. Other countries can pick up that signal. Hello, Nashville cares about its homeless. Nashville's so great. Nashville cares about us. Look at all what Nashville's doing. And then they come here and they see how we're treated. They're going to want to blow Nashville up. They're going to want to come to Nashville just to hurt people. Because they don't understand why you say you be one way. And then you're another. That's why us as a whole state and the whole country even is like totally hated by the world. Because we take, we rape, we maim, we steal, we destroy.
Okay, tell me, when you got robbed by people, do you report that to police?
No, I am not an officer or an official of the law, nor am I an undercover agent. I refuse to talk to police because that can make my life worse. And police are even the ones that are corrupt. Every last cop does drugs, sexually assaults, buys hookers. You know what I'm saying? They're corrupt. They're money hungry.
Okay, let me ask
Why can't we be Jesus hungry?
Okay. Let me ask you this. How much money you make a day when you hustle out there?
Close to nothing now.
Okay. Close to
I make maybe $5 if that a day now.
Oh wow, that's sad. That's sad.
And I starve and have to eat out of dumpsters.
That's sad to hear.
And my stomach hurts so bad because I have to eat out of dumpsters.
Okay. I hope when people gonna watch this video, you're gonna meet the heart.
I have no jacket, no shelter most of the time. The jacket I have in this man's car belongs to a friend because I was gonna have to go steal some food because I'm tired of eating dumpster food to get my belly full of worms.
Okay.
I get attacked by animals.
Okay.
And some more stuff out here.
Do your family knows about your situation now?
My family doesn't care.
Okay.
They turn their backs on me because I'm a piece of crap whore and drug addict.
Oh, okay. Okay, what makes you really ended up being in the street? I know you're crying now, that's sad.
I got kicked out of rehab and they left me here to die instead of bringing me back to Cleveland, Tennessee, where I lived and had a place to go.
Okay. Tell me, what type of drug you used to do?
I don't want to talk about the drugs I do.
Okay.
Because I do it to numb the cancer. I have bone cancer and lung cancer.
Oh, okay.
I can't afford no help. I have no identification. I'm as good as an illegal immigrant in the U.S. right now.
Oh, you look okay. That's sad to hear that. Hope something changed. Tell me, I know you probably used to have a regular job life before. What type of job you used to do before you ended up in the street?
The job I had was a house mother. I worked from home, and part-time I worked at Hardee's.
Okay, Hardee's.
As a fry cook, a cashier register, and shift leader.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, tell me, do you have dreams and goals inside? Because I see your energy. You.
Yes, I do have dreams and goals. My dreams and goals are one day the women will not be a minority.
Mhm.
That one day the women will be considered what God intended us to be when He made us out of Adam's rib.
Okay.
He intended us to be
Mhm.
an equal.
Mhm.
That's where we're made from the side
Mhm.
and not from the skull cap nor the bottom of the toe bone.
Yeah.
We were meant to be equal to man, not subjected to be underneath his fist.
Mhm.
We
Okay.
have a voice, we have a right, and we have
Mhm.
a soul
Okay.
and feelings just like they do.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
meant to be heard, we're meant to be seen. It don't matter what color you are, it don't matter what age you are, it don't matter the mental status you have.
Mhm.
A person is a person, no matter how big or small.
Mhm.
God made us all equal, and He loves us the same, one and all.
Yes.
We were all created with a three-part being like Jesus Christ, and all created in our Father's image with His characteristics
Okay. Okay. Tell me,
and qualities.
have you ever been diagnosed with mental issues?
I told you that in the beginning,
The
so yes,
beginning?
I have been.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just forgot.
And it's
Okay.
hard for me to relate to society and look people in the eye because I am high functioning autistic and I've always been condemned,
Oh, okay.
condemned, condemned.
Okay.
People look at me and they see trash. I look at me and I see Mary of Magdalene,
Mm.
someone that followed Jesus Christ
Mhm.
with all her heart.
Okay. 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 Do you have STD tests all the time too?
STD tests,
Uh-huh.
I get those when I go to jail.
Okay.
And I get them when I go to the free clinic if I'm able to walk there. My feet are messed up right now.
Okay. 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 Do you always use condom when you hustle out there?
What I'm able to, sometimes the people,
Mhm.
they don't let us use condoms. They force it on us and they rape us and they beat us up and take the money back.
Okay.
And sometimes they do it to us without us knowing by taking it off in between, like act like they dick fell out.
Mm.
And sometimes they pistol whip us. That's
Mhm.
why I ain't got no teeth.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's hard to hear that. Okay. Okay. Tell me, what advice can you give or message you can send to other girls that want to come to hustle out there?
Keep your head up, shorty.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tupac Shakur said, keep your head up.
Mm-hmm.
The men need to realize we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Why we abusing and neglecting and beating and mistreating the women.
Mm-hmm.
We should be uplifting them because they are mothers and we have a mother.
Mm-hmm.
They are daughters and we have daughters.
Yeah.
How would we want somebody to treat our own?
Mm-hmm.
It's how we should treat other people.
Yeah.
And that's all I gotta say, mister.
Okay. Okay.
Is love and honor, cherish and respect another life like you would want someone to do for you.
Okay. Tell me. Let me give you this. One more question. Two more questions. We're almost done. Okay. We're almost done. Okay. Tell me, how do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years?
In 2 to 3 years, I see me having and running my own nonprofit organization,
Mm-hmm.
like the organization called Priceless,
Mm-hmm.
to help women reestablish their own sense of worth,
Mm-hmm.
dignity, and restore them back to their own mental state and family.
Okay.
To restore them gently and with God's help,
Okay.
not with condemnation, judgmental words, and harsh, very forceful tactics, but with gentle nurture, kindness, nourishment, and love.
Okay. Tell me,
Because
what
the
do
greatest of these is love.
Okay.
You said one more,
Yeah,
sir.
let me see. Yeah, because I'm gonna ask you. Give me two more. Okay. What do you want from the viewers or people that gonna watch your video? What do you
What I want
Mm-hmm.
is no law enforcement help.
Okay.
What I want is a house established for women like us, for food and clothing to be coming to us.
Mm-hmm.
Not dirty clothes you find on the side of the road and hand out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not for condemnation. A place where we can rest safe and that is not governmental led with structural strict rules
Mm-hmm.
and fucking metal detectors and dog drug sniffing animals and evil, cruel harshness like at the women's mission.
Mm-hmm.
What I want is anybody else wants
Mm-hmm.
is a right to love, happiness.
Okay.
I want to find the freedom to the pursuit of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Life, love, liberty, and to enjoy my pursuit of my happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. And I really need help.
Yes.
I'm tired of begging people for help and being looked at like I'm trash. I'm tired of having to fucking or sucking or going to risk my life just to live.
Okay.
Any donation or any help,
Yeah.
any love, from one mother to another,
Mhm.
or from one son to somebody's mama,
Mhm.
would be a blessing.
Okay. Tell me, if it happens, someone wants to donate and reach out to you. Do you have any contact information?
No, I don't. You'll
Okay,
have to see
just
this
come here to
man.
okay, no problem. Okay, do you give me permission to post this on my YouTube channel?
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
give you permission,
Okay.
all rights
Uh,
to post it,
uh-huh.
to help me collect the blessings, and to distribute it to not just me but others.
Yeah. Okay.
From what they donate to me, I will bless others as well,
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so
because we're
much.
supposed to pay it forward.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
and
much,
God bless
Catalina.
y'all.
Okay.